Ayaan had always been a good student, not because he loved studying but because everyone around him expected him to be good. From childhood his life moved on tracks laid by others. His father wanted him to become an engineer, his teachers praised only high marks, and relatives compared him with their children at every family gathering. Slowly Ayaan learned one thing very clearly: approval came only when he followed the same path as everyone else. Every morning he woke up before sunrise, packed his bag, and went to college with tired eyes and a heavier heart. He studied engineering even though numbers and machines never excited him. He did well, scored decent grades, and smiled whenever someone said, "You will have a bright future." But inside, there was a strange emptiness he could not explain. Whenever Ayaan walked past the old market near his hostel, his steps slowed down near a small workshop. Inside, an old man carved wood with simple tools. The man's hands moved calmly, shaping useless blocks into beautiful figures. Birds, faces, lamps, toys, each piece looked alive. Ayaan often stood there, watching silently, feeling something warm inside his chest. Since childhood, he loved drawing and creating things with his hands, but he had locked that part of himself away, calling it childish and impractical. One evening, his friend Saad noticed him standing there again. "You come here every day," Saad said. "Why don't you go inside?" Ayaan smiled weakly, "Just watching." Saad laughed, "Watching won't change your life." That sentence stayed with Ayaan all night. At college, things were becoming harder. Subjects felt heavier, competition stronger, and expectations higher. His classmates talked about packages, companies, and future jobs with excitement. Ayaan joined the conversations but felt like a stranger speaking a language he didn't understand. At night, he stared at the ceiling, wondering why he felt so lost even when he was doing everything right. One day, the college announced a seminar. A successful engineer was coming to speak about his journey. The hall was full and the speaker talked about struggles, hard work, and finally achieving success. Everyone clapped loudly. Ayaan clapped too, but his hands felt numb. The story was inspiring, yet something felt wrong. It was not because the speaker failed to inspire, but because Ayaan realized that even success, when borrowed from someone else's dream, felt empty. That evening, he finally walked into the wooden workshop. The old man looked up and smiled. "You watch a lot," the man said gently. Ayaan felt embarrassed. "Yes, I like your work." The man handed him a small piece of wood and a tool. "Try." Ayaan hesitated, then slowly started carving. His hands were unsure, but his heart felt light. Time passed without him noticing. For the first time in months, he felt calm. "You have patience," the old man said, "and feeling not everyone has that." Ayaan smiled a real smile. From that day, Ayaan started visiting the workshop often. He learned carving in small steps. He still attended college, still studied, but these quiet moments with wood became his escape. Slowly, escape turned into passion. He began sketching designs at night instead of scrolling on his phone, his room filled with half-finished wooden pieces. But life does not let change come easily. During a family dinner, his uncle asked loudly, "So, Ayaan, where will you work after graduation?" Before Ayaan could answer, his father said proudly, "He will join a big company, inshallah." Ayaan looked down at his plate, his chest felt tight. Later that night he gathered courage. "Abu," he said softly, "I don't think engineering is for me." The room went silent. "What do you mean?" his father asked, surprised. "I like creating things, designing, working with my hands." His father's face hardened. "That is a hobby, not a career. Don't ruin your future." Ayaan wanted to argue, but words failed him. Fear mixed with doubt. What if his father was right? What if he failed? The safe road suddenly felt heavy and the unknown road terrifying. Days passed, pressure increased, his grades started slipping. Teachers warned him, friends advised him to focus. Even Saad said, "Just finish this degree first, dreams can wait." One night, Ayaan sat alone on the hostel roof. The city lights looked beautiful but distant. He felt like shouting, crying, and running away at the same time. He thought about the workshop, the calm hands of the old man, and the joy he felt there. Then he asked himself a question he had avoided for years: whose life am I living? The answer hurt. The next day, he went to the workshop earlier than usual. The old man sensed something was wrong. "Your heart is noisy today," he said. Ayaan laughed sadly. "Everyone wants me to chase a dream that is not mine." The old man stopped working and looked at him carefully. "Son," he said, "many people run their whole lives chasing someone else's shadow. They reach the end tired and empty. Few stop, turn around, and choose their own path. Those few are called different, and different people change the world." Those words hit Ayaan deeply. That night, Ayaan made a decision. It was not loud or dramatic, but it was firm. He completed his degree, but alongside it, he worked harder on his craft. He learned design software, studied furniture making, and saved money from small freelance work. He shared his designs online under a simple name. At first, no one noticed, then one person did, then another. Slowly, orders came. When Ayaan told his father about his online work, there was anger, disappointment, and long silence. But Ayaan did not argue, he kept working quietly. Months later, Ayaan was invited to a local exhibition. His pieces were displayed among many artists. People stopped, touched the wood, asked questions. One man placed a big order for customized furniture. Ayaan's hands shook not with fear, but with joy. His father came to see the exhibition, standing quietly in a corner. He watched strangers admire his son's work. On the way home, he said nothing. But before sleeping, he placed his hand on Ayaan's shoulder and said, "I was scared for you, but I see now you are walking with your own feet." That night, Ayaan slept peacefully. Years passed, Ayaan's small brand grew. He hired workers, trained young people who felt lost like he once did. His workshop became a place of learning and calm. Sometimes, students came to him asking for advice. "Everyone says follow this path," they said. Ayaan smiled and replied, "Listen to everyone but follow yourself." He still remembered the fear, the doubt, the loneliness, but he also remembered the moment he dared to be different. That single decision changed everything. Ayaan did not become famous overnight, he did not become rich suddenly, but every morning he woke up excited, not tired. His work felt meaningful, his life felt honest. And that was more powerful than chasing any dream that was never his.